going to draw a World of Cow cartoon. I'll just save it actually. Save as... was it 7/2017? Okay. Right. I do it on another layer. And just looking at my notebook. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's a good one. Well, I think it is. Made me laugh. And it's allowed to make me laugh because I haven't looked at it for about 3 years. So it's almost like it's not my joke. But anyway. Eyes first. What sort of size is that? Pull out. Oh yeah, that's fine. I just want it to be a bit tidier than that, so I'm just going to use the rubber eraser just to snick off a bit. Oh dear, itchy arm. I think I'm going down with something. I feel a bit... dear. Horrible, isn't it, being a human being? Be easier if you were a robot. Just worry about oil changes. And the latest, you know, operating system upgrade. But, you know, we're just sort of guessing all the bloody time. Still haven't got it right, have we? I mean, we're all always guessing. No, actually, you shouldn't put butter on burns. What? My mum told me to. No, that's a bad idea. Is that... God sake. Keep getting new rules all the blooming time, don't you? Not that I can think of any off the top of my head. Yeah. I had someone arguing with me the other day because they only ate fish. They said fish wasn't a meat. And I was at a loss to work out why fish isn't a meat, because fish have a central nervous system, don't they? And blood and muscles, and they eat and they poo. So if that's not meat, I don't know what is. But I think it's probably, if you're a vegetarian, it's convenient to think of fish as not being meat. Even lobster or shrimp, I'd say, is meat. I think the Catholics, they can eat fish on Friday because they say it's not meat, but that's just convenient. I mean, that's, since when have you listened to religion for scientific data? You know, I mean, come on. So yeah, just completely threw me through a loop that someone wouldn't. Yeah, you know. Anyway. So this cow is going like that, and I think when anything's like that's happening, the eyes sort of do this, so we just accentuate that by just sort of putting little lines underneath, and it looks like the eyes are just putting a little bit of stress on the old face there. Ah dear. So, and yeah, so that looks good. You got it helps if you feel it. Yeah. Oh, made myself feel a bit sick there. I was talking to someone a while ago about animating someone jumping, and I had to get on a chair and sort of jump off, and I said, feel it, you know. That's why a lot of animators, oldie worldy animators, they used to have mirrors and they look at their faces to make sure that they were getting like faces right. And someone said to me when I was in Romania, and I don't know whether Eastern European men are a bit too cool to move their faces, but they said how expressive my face was, and I'm pretty sure, you know, most British people have quite expressive faces. I don't know though, maybe not. I'll know. Maybe it is because I'm a cartoonist. I couldn't play poker, that's for sure. God, I just had a flashback to... I haven't seen the latest James Bond, because I don't like James Bond anymore. I mean, I never really did. But the first one, Casino Royale, I thought was pretty good. Then the next one, Quantum of Solace, that was alright. I mean, you know, I thought it was quite interesting. If you haven't seen it, you're not missing much. So, you know, spoiler alert, it's all about water. But then, you know, if you don't have water, you die. So that's quite a good idea, I thought. A lot of people didn't like that. And they tried to do a sort of Bourne Identity kind of thing. And take it a bit seriously, you know. Which I think, you know, then that left a vacuum for things like Mission Impossible. And you watch Mission Impossible, and I'm not, I say I'm not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but they're phenomenally entertaining, you know. I mean, they're kind of silly, but so what? See, the trouble is when you're dealing with something like James Bond and you try and do it seriously, then you can start, that gives you license to start picking it apart. And what was the last one? It wasn't Spectre. Oh, it was Golden. No, was it GoldenEye? Ooh. God. And yeah, that was just silly. I mean, there was a chase where the bad guy worked out that he was going to get chased and he was going to be up a ladder at the precise time an empty tube train was coming along, and he could blow it up and not kill anyone but almost kill... I mean, it's just like, yeah, that's just silly. That's silly. So I think, listen to me, you need to go sillier now, okay? We're sick of reality because it sucks. Replace it with your own. That's what I liked about oh gosh, there's a dog coming. Jolly. Oh no, that's George. Hello George, I'm streaming. I'll close the door because, you know, I'm talking rubbish. Anyway, lost my train of thought. I'll tell you what, I thought Spock looks really stupid in Star Trek Beyond. His hair came over sort of like that. And I think he's terrible, but I think he was a bit too fat. He's kind of... You're supposed to see cheekbones on Spock. It's just a bit silly. And Leonard Nimoy, that was his hair. So, anyway. And he rocked that haircut. I mean, he was amazing. What a guy. There's a really good, if you want to catch it, I forget what it's called, but it's like I Was Spock or something. And it's all about Leonard Nimoy. Sort of, you know, creating the role. And he created all the pinches and things and come up with all the little backstories. Because they wanted him to sort of knock someone on the head with a phaser. And he said, well, no, because I studied, you know, and he came out with all this spiel about Spock studying some sort of martial art, Vulcan nerve pinch. I don't know, I always call it death grip, but it isn't, is it? I mean, it doesn't actually kill anyone. Right, so this cow is under pressure. Oh gosh. So everything's sort of swelling up like this. And there we go. And I think, yeah, legs akimbo. Akimbo. Where does that come from? Akimbo. Legs akimbo. Answers on a postcard. There we go. That looks alright. I might reuse that. I don't know. Playing badminton tonight. I'm in a bad mood. Last time I was in a bad mood and I played badminton, I did my back in because I was hitting it too hard. And I think I'm ill. I feel a bit like achy. If you want to make me feel better, become my patron on Patreon. Patreon blah 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 /StickToons. That would make me feel a lot better. $1. There's 400 cartoons on there for my Patreon followers. So I do one. Well, I put 3 up every day and 1 free one. So there's loads of free ones as well. And support me doing this nonsense. Oh, hello. I didn't realise I did that. I think it's a bit big, but what I'll do is I'll continue with this size and then I'll shrink it. So there's a cow, as you can see, behind, doing the Heimlich. The Heimlich manoeuvre. And she's not looking happy. Oh, my tummy's making funny noises. I've just eaten some yogurt. And that's my calories for the day. I've done my 600. A nice Greek yogurt, full fat, with a bit of honey on. Oh man, that's really nice. If you put banana with it, it's even nicer. But banana's calorific. It's like 100 grams. 100 grams. That's about 90 calories for 100 grams. So I steer clear of bananas. Fascinating. Oops. Oh, I've got that Cyndi Lauper. Oh, hello. Does that work? No, that's... Maybe... No. Oh! I should have done it on another layer and then I could have just moved it. That was being a bit cocky. See what happens? No. I thought I had, but I hadn't. I'll have to remove some tags. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move her out of the way, copy her, and then get rid of this on here. In my eyes. You know when your eyes get this hurt from the inside? just wonder, you know, if they cure like spinal injuries and things, that will get rid of the Paralympics, won't it? Pretty much. I mean, no, maybe not completely, but people with those sort of injuries would be cured. I suppose they'd have the choice. Be interesting to see what they do, and I reckon in the next couple of years they'll get there with stem cell technology. Because I was talking to a guy, and he had facial scarring, had a bad car accident, and he said that his dog licked his face every day, and because of that he no longer had a scar. He said the saliva of the dog kind of cured, you know, the scar tissue. But I read Chuck Yeager's autobiography, and he had very severe facial burns when he ejected from a plane. What happened was the seat caught fire and smacked into his face. All this hot vinyl wax, well, it's not wax, but it melted his face a bit. And to prevent scarring, what they did was they kept picking it. They kept picking the scabs. He said it was absolute agony. But what that's doing is it's regenerating stem cells. That's my idea. Well, I think that's what it's doing. So it actually, after a while, it just regrows back normally. And I think that's what his dog was doing. He was kind of licking away the it's disgusting. Licking away the scabs. So, you know, you keep getting new, you know, it never sort of heals as such, or it does, but it takes longer to heal, but it heals cleaner, as it were. I think that's what stem cells do to a certain extent. I think scabs almost prevent things from growing. So if you cut your thumb off and don't do it, you kept picking at the wound, it would slowly grow back. Maybe. They were doing that to a guy who lost his thumb, but they were putting this kind of protein on it, so they were cutting it, putting this, they called it fairy dust or something, it was pig protein. But it was growing back, the thumb, I think. That was a couple of years ago, whether or not it did, I don't know. That was on Horizon. Anyway. Oh, that's what I was going to say before I was embarrassed by my son seeing me do this. Was Adam Savage. One of my favourite things he says is, I reject your reality and replace it with my own, which I think is perfect. And that is basically, oh god, I'm not going to even say, you know, DT. Oh, Donnie Barco. Donnie Barco! It's basically what he's doing. So there. Who cares? People I feel sorry for are the younger generations. Anyway, shut up. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. Is she still alive? Did she die? I think she might have died. Tragic. Had a lovely voice. That's such a good song. I put you on a pedestal, you put me on the pill. I mean, that's just cool. Billy Bragg wrote that, I think. Fantastic musician and urban poet. Beep-a-doop, boop, boop-a-doop. That's my jazz impersonation. Thank you. Yippee-doop, boop-a-doop, doop, doop. Zip-a-doop, doop, 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 shibby-dibby-doo. Yibby-dibby-doo. Yibby-dibby-doo. So there we go. Relax. I don't want to change the world. Kirsty McCall. She might still be alive. I know someone lost their head in a motorbike accident. Oh no, motorboat. She was swimming and it hit her. Oh my god. My wife almost got hit by a guy selling donuts. I mean, what would you tell the kids? He was on a boat going from beach to beach, bay to bay, selling bloody donuts. I was like screaming. So, Lisa, I saved your life. Actually, probably my children as well, because that was before we had kids, so they owe me big time. I mean, yeah, on so many levels, actually. That's quite a nice picture. Even if I say so myself. So, I'm going to make them smaller. Let's change the angle slightly. And here comes the doggy. Hello doggy, hello doggy, hello doggy. And relax. End of scene. Do 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 do. Yeah, so if you can support me on Patreon, oh, that would be great. That'd make me feel so much better. I do feel lousy, I've got to say. That would pick me up no end. I would just do this all the time. It'd be fantastic. I've got some animation things I want to do. These little cats, little kittens. I've got 24 stories. I just start animating them. But I'd pay people to do voices and become a little animation studio. Cool. That'd be great. Yeah. And actually, I've got a comic. If you want to check it out, it's the Robonauts. I'll sign it. There you go, Robonauts, and it's on Etsy. So check that out. If you live in England, I'll send it to you for £5 with it'll be signed copy. There's only 500 printed, so they're limited edition, and also I'll do a little artwork on the envelope. So you'll have a bit of artwork as well. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 500 of those to sell. But once I've sold them, I'll put the money back in and print issue 2. I've got another issue I'm working on. And if you want to see what I'm up to, just look on my Twitch channel. they're on there, a lot of them anyway. I've been videoing myself and chatting like this. And I've pretty much videoed all the pencils so far for issue 2. There are some bits that I did before because I had another character, a villain, rock up, and he was part of the fight sequence. But what I did was I changed it. I thought the villain was coming in too early, so I actually did an alternate version. But there are bits of artwork in that I can salvage. Right, so yeah, what do I need? Oh, I know. Yes, so I can do that. No. Right. What is that? Not a little idea. Oh, hang on. Just like that, and it's sort of like that, isn't it? A spork. I wish I'd invented that. What a great idea. I've invented a spaloon, which is a spoon that's also a balloon. Just made that up. So, there's sort of green splurges. I think a spork is funnier than a fork. That was my idea, see. This was actually a plastic fork in my but then I thought, well, hang on a minute, a spork is funnier. Just is. You can't argue, so don't, okay? Right, so we're going to colour up. Oh, no we're not, because I think they're a bit too high. Hang on a sec. Let's just drop them down a bit. That's better, because I've got, yeah, I've got to have room for the joke. Don't want it all crowded, do we? No. I don't want to change the world. Love that. World. Oh, class. I was singing that when I was hoovering, listening to Absolute Radio. I love Absolute Radio. And Lisa Tarbuck. Lisa Tarbuck's brilliant. You have to listen to her for a bit, but once you get into what she's on about, it's hilarious. So give her a try. BBC 2, Radio 2 rather, on a Saturday at 6 o'clock GMT. Lisa Tarbuck with a Z. Okay. She's actually read out one of my, in fact I think she's read out 2 of my things I've sent her. Yeah, she has. So, as she would say, I'm a fan of the show. Fan of the show. She's lovely. Yeah, I actually worked with her, though she doesn't know it, because I used to do graphics for The Big Breakfast. I did all brightest stuff for the pressure cooker with all the caricatures, and she was on with Phil Jupitus, and I had to do a test card with her and Phil as the characters on the test card. That was nice. Still got it somewhere. I don't want to change the world. Yeah, that's my Patreon thing. Oh, got a headache. I'm gonna have ibuprofen, I think. Ibuprofen. Reminds me of my son. He, when he was very young, there was a song that went like this. It went, there's a Christmas song. A robot came to my house. He came on Christmas Day. He didn't like the turkey. He threw it all away. This one my son used to say. He ate it up all the knives and forks, and then he asked for more. I never had a Christmas dinner quite be that before. Oh dear, that was funny. You miss them. That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, we live and die all the time. We're basically photocopies of our previous selves, slowly getting crappier and crappier. Every 7 years, everything's changed every 7 years. So basically, you are a different person. Just copied all the info, and it slowly degenerates. So, life and death, no big deal really. I know I keep saying it, but that's why The Prestige is such a good film. Got to be one of my favourites. Completely underrated. You need to watch it. Okay. And it's one of these films you need to watch a lot. You watch it the first time, you go, alright, yeah, I think I know what's going on. Then you watch it again, and then you see things, you go, oh Christ, that makes sense, you're referring back to that. It's so well edited. Yeah. So I think Cow's got pink eye. Cow's got pink eye. And I think what will help sell it a little bit is if there's a shadow here. Just sort of squidges it out a bit more, you know. There we go. A robot came to my... Oh. And he did all the actions. Oh, wow, so cute. Just gone in an instant. Can't wait to be a granddad, that'll be good. Gonna be a few years yet, I should think. But I think I'll be a good granddad. I'm not sure any of them will get married. I think they look at marriage as an outdated institution. That's been said. Well, I don't know. Who knows? So long as they're happy, that's what concerns me. Right, okay, so let's do a shadow underneath. You can see I've made it sort of wavy to just give it a feel for the texture it's on, which is grass. Yeah, a little bit of blue on the spork, just a bit, little bit, just to give it a bit of weight. Oh, and this spit needs to be green. Maybe slight highlight, because it's quite important, this area. needs to pop. Oh, my jaw just clicked. Oh, a while ago I was driving the car to Devon on my own, and as I'm driving I'm just fiddling with my ear and I do this, oh, and there's this hair, long grey hair comes out to there. Boom! Pull it off. No one told me about that. It's quite upset. And I don't think it grew in the night. You know. Big wiry, probably could take a current. You know, broadband. So yeah, give this a bit of shape, so like that, and I think here comes a doggy, doggy. Here comes a doggy. That's my Twitter feed if you want to feed my Twitter. Oh, so many stupid bloody things now on social media. Who would have thought a prime minister, a president would be tweeting? I mean, that wasn't in any Philip K. Dick novels. I think one of the things they should do is just remove Donald Trump's thumbs. At least take the Samsung off him. Right. Oh, I know. Yeah. So, also, when things get all stretched out, they go quite shiny. So, what am I doing? I'm doing the same blooming colour. So, let's put a little highlight on these guys. These bad boys. Tom Jones. I do a really good Tom Jones when I've got a sore throat. Just thought I'd better tell you that. Tom Jones. Yeah, I can't do it now. So, okay. Whee! So it's all squeezy. And maybe like grass just flying through the air. Yeah, and there we are. So, the joke. Let's just save it. If there's a power cut and I lose that, I think I'd be upset. So, I haven't been doing it too often actually, but always save, okay? Like every 10 minutes. Because it is so annoying when you lose it. Oh god, I'm so sorry, I'm tired. Ugh. Right, the joke, yes, the joke. That's why cows don't use spokes. Spokes is funnier than forks. It's just a fact. It's just